Hello and welcome to another one of our question and answer sessions. So let's see what we've got this time. Okay, so this one is, how is the TEA used in explosive residue analysis and what makes it effective for this type of work?
Right, so explosives residues, so obviously an explosion has happened. So the samples are going to be in effect dirt. You're looking at surface residue of explosive compounds. So obviously the first thing that would need to happen after the sample collection is to extract the sample, putting it into a solvent that will allow it to be injected in the GC. With any standard GC analysis, the sample is injected and then the column oven is heated, and the column is then used to separate the different analytes. These analytes then enter the pyrolyzer, which is at very high temperatures, to break apart the NO from the analytes, and the NO is then passed into the TEA for detection.
Yeah, I think that kind of really summarises like why the TEA is very good for this type of analysis, because we've got very, very dirty, messy samples. They're going to have all sorts of other components in them that might cause interference with a less selective detector than the TEA.
Yes, yes.
And it's also very, very sensitive for this particular type of compound, because again, sort of, by their very nature, explosives have a thing to fall apart by exploding effectively. So you end up with very, very low levels of things that you've got to detect. And if you're doing a criminal investigation into something, you obviously need confidence in the results that you're getting from it, which I think is one of the really important points about the TEA, is that it's kind of quite often seen as a kind of a gold standard within this sort of field. It's used in, we have TEA systems in DSTL, the UK government labs, Swedish police, French police, German police, Dubai police, all around the world. And they all use this as part of their suite of tools to be able to identify what the heck has gone on when a bomb has gone off. And I think, as we said, like, one of the areas they'll look at is the sort of different ratios, isn't it?
Yes, so the ratios of certain components within the explosive residues, that then gives an indication as to where it has been prepared. Generally, each government sort of has its own recipe for how the explosives are made. Therefore, you can sort of take a guess as to what part of the world the explosive has been manufactured in.
Yeah, so I think we certainly see with this that it's used not just on its own. Sometimes it is, but you kind of like, you when you're doing a prosecution, you have to obviously be very, very certain about the evidence that you're presenting.
Yes.
So often with this, you'll have to have confirmatory testing. So that means you're going to either have to have analysis done on two different detectors, or sometimes they'll use two different GC columns, so they get a different order that the explosive compounds will come out in, so that they can basically, from two separate experiments from the same sample, confirm that both of them are saying this has got this amount of PETN or TNT or RDX or whatever the compounds are in it, such that they can make a criminal case with very robust and convincing data. And again, that's where the TEA is great, because it's so sensitive and so selective. You're not worrying about getting false positives or things like that where you might struggle. I think that probably kind of covers most of the bits about how it's used and why it's used in these industries. If you want to find out more about the TEA or about explosives analysis in particular, there'll be some links below the video down there somewhere where you can click on them and find out more. Otherwise, we'll see you in the next video.